Hey everyone.
Hello, hello.
We are a whole minute early for our live stream.
Yep.
So I'm going to take a minute, but we got a lot going on today. Not really. I'm Leah.
I'm Steve.
And I am Frugal Vagabond.
Third Rock Vagabond.
And we are both on the Royal Caribbean 9-month Ultimate World Cruise.
Yes, we are.
And today, where are we today?
We are in Germany.
Uh-huh.
And it is... I can't see. It starts with a W.
Warmer. Oh, God. This is a bad start.
Yes.
Warnemunde.
Let me go get it.
Take your thing off. We've learned that we can't walk away from the recordings with our microphones. So he's going to go get the sheet of paper that has the name on it. He actually could read it off the TV, which is on right now too. Warnemunde. Oh, so we can actually show it. Warnemunde. This is where we are today. We are going to be here until 9:30 p.m., which is the all aboard. Right?
Yes.
There you go. You can have that back.
Thank you.
Tomorrow we have a few days, and we are going to be on the way to
Latvia.
Yes, Riga, Latvia. So we have canceled most of our excursions now. So we're kind of flying blind on a lot of them. But tomorrow we will be doing some research on what there is to do there and probably making some kind of plans.
Yes.
So part of the reason why we've canceled all of our stuff is we're just tired. And a lot of the, since we got on this new sailing, we're losing hours. So all the way through this cruise, every now and then we would lose an hour, but for the most part, we would gain an hour as we were traveling, and that has all gone out the window now. So now we're losing hours instead of gaining hours pretty consistently, and most of the tours leave at the crack of dawn, which we are no longer.
Well, they may not leave at the crack of dawn, but you have to be gathered
at the crack of dawn.
At the crack of dawn before they even dock and the ship clears.
Right, and then of course most of them are also an hour or something on a bus, and we'd much rather walk around and explore on our feet and get a taxi or an Uber or a tram ride or something, depending on where we're at and what it has to offer.
Yeah, where we want to go, what we want to see.
So what did we see today in Warnemunde?
We walked down to the old town, and this is evidently a resort area.
Oh, very much so, yeah. But it's like a dozen hotels within walking distance.
Gosh, more than that.
Yeah.
We passed a whole bunch of them. And but there's also a bunch of restaurants, a bunch of little
lots of
stores, lots of shopping, clothing, accessories, stuff. And lots of restaurants.
We had lunch at an Italian restaurant and had pizza.
We did, in Germany. But I had a nice beer, as usual. It was very good.
Beers around the world.
Yes. Yes. I would love to go back out and have another before we leave. We'll see how that works out.
So the excursion that we did originally have planned was for Rostock.
Yeah.
And there were several people who there was basically a 20-minute tram ride to Rostock instead of going on the bus with the excursion. Yeah. I did run into somebody that was doing that today. And then a lot of people Royal Caribbean had an excursion to go to Berlin, which was about a 3-hour train ride, I think.
3-hour train ride. That's what we heard, 3-hour train ride. And when I looked it up, it was showing 2.5.
Something
like that. 2.5, whichever, depending on which time they actually left this area, how long it would take.
How many stops on that particular train that you were taking. Yeah. And in addition to that, I guess I was looking through the Facebook group chat earlier, and I guess there was a couple of Viator tours to Berlin today as well. So those were also booked through the train system, whatever. So yeah, a significant portion of people went to Berlin today, and since it takes so long to get there, none of them are back yet.
No. No, that excursion was listed as 12 hours?
Right.
So which would basically the whole time we're here.
It's not even 7 o'clock now, and 7 o'clock p.m. and all aboard isn't until 9:30 p.m.
Yep.
So they have plenty of time. Nobody's concerned about them coming back on time.
Right. I'm not.
Yeah.
But that should have plenty of time to get back as long as they get on the right trains and all that good stuff. But yeah, if it's a rural excursion, they got it covered.
Mhm.
The ship's not going to leave without them.
So what are we going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow there's a top tier event.
Tomorrow's a sea day.
So
Another one we got.
for them,
We've had several now and kind of close together. It's been surprising.
what? See, no.
Sea days.
Well, we've only had 2. I don't think that's a lot.
But hey, it's more than we had.
2 is not a lot, and they're not next to each other. So anyway, there's a top tier event. For those of you who don't know, a top tier event is where I guess they do them on each sailing. So they talk about what they're for gold and above, I think.
Platinum and above.
Okay, whatever.
Platinum and above. The gold not supposed to be there. That's what
Okay. Anyway,
Joff said last time.
there's a certain requirement for status for being there, but they have free champagne and mimosas, which on a normal cruise would be a huge draw. At 10 o'clock in the morning, maybe not so much, unless you're planning on drinking the entire day.
Yes. Start early.
All of us on the World Cruise, of course, already have the drink package, so the draw of the free champagne is not quite what you might think. But they go over how many people of each level, who the top points
Yeah, they go through
getters are.
your new pinnacle sailors, and then the ones who sailed the most. And
Yes.
we got one guy that's got that wrapped up. He's ain't nobody going to beat him at this point. I don't
No,
think.
he's like a triple or
He's-
whatever. So.
Yeah, he's been on this cruise from the beginning, so he keeps racking them up, and ain't nobody catching him.
No, but
Craig.
No.
Everyone knows Craig.
not on this sailing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's a good guy. He's a real good guy.
But the other thing they do on this one, which I don't believe they do on any of the other top tier events, is they recognize the crew.
Yep,
So
they sure do.
everybody gets voted. It's kind of like a employee of the month.
Yeah.
So they recognize people who have been nominated the most for being great employees. Even so, regular crew say the front of the house and back of the house.
And back of the house both.
And then they
So
have
the front of the house obviously is the people we deal with, the housekeeping staff, the wait staff, and the bartenders,
guest services.
Yeah,
everybody that you would normally
right.
see.
And then behind the scenes are the ones, the engineering, the maintenance, those guys who work, keep the ship rolling. Running properly, I should say.
And the management too.
And management too, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And
it is.
Whoever wins, I guess the top person, they pull everybody who's nominated, so everybody gets recognized. But there's also a cash prize.
Yeah. The individual gets the win. The winner actually gets
for
a
each
cash
category.
prize.
Yeah. For front of the house, back of the house, the manager gets a cash prize, which is kind of nice.
It is. Certainly is.
Yeah. I don't know what else we have to share on it because we're not really sure what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, other than
we did want to say.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh,
our view today is not as wonderful as always. It's got beautiful water. Of course, we can see the industrial side over here, but on the other side of the ship, obviously, which is the port side, which is docked, is got the beautiful view of the town.
Yeah.
We can see some of the housing over here, but it's not like the actual other side where they got some beautiful, beautiful views.
Should we pick up the camera and show?
Well, we can't see the other side. We can show a little bit more here. Yeah,
I was going to show this.
Yeah, sure. Say this. Old buildings. We got cranes. We got the Leibher factory over there that builds cranes. They actually build cranes that are utilized around the world, and also that's a nice cooling tower over on that nuclear plant over there.
Okay.
Yep, we got some wind turbines. There's the housing we can see, and the water on the other side. So,
I already showed that part. He's a little late to the game.
I showed other things and gave better discussion. No, that's not going to work.
Yep. Forward. Anyway, we have a lovely view today, and we're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, pretty much every day. It's only every now and then it's not that great. But.
So we haven't picked a time for tomorrow, but we are going to do an hour-long update tomorrow.
Yep.
Well, maybe even not an update, but a live stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I will put out. I'm sorry. Are we bothering you?
No, not at all.
I'll put
I
out.
was a little parched.
I'll put out a little announcement to let everybody know what time.
Okay.
So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yep. We'll see y'all later. Love you. Mean it.